Hi everyone, my name is Maryam Talebidalouei and I'm a PhD candidate in environmental engineering at New Jersey Institute of Technology. Today I'm going to talk about my work on corrosion control in drinking water. Basically, we wanted to see how three different blended phosphate treatments perform under two pH conditions, one lower around pH 6 and one higher around pH 8. The main question here was, how do the treatment type and pH affect lead release from plumbing materials? Lead in drinking water is still a serious issue, especially because of its health effects on children. And the tricky part is that lead usually does not come from the treatment plant itself. It often gets into the water later when the water passes through old pipes, service lines, or household plumbing. So even if the water leaves the plant in good condition, the chemistry of the water can still affect what happens inside the pipe. Things like pH, pipe condition, and how long the water sits in the pipe can all change how much lead is released. That's why corrosion control matters. The goal is to adjust the water chemistry so less lead gets into the water before it reaches the tap. In this study, we set up controlled lab experiments. We exposed lead pipe sections to water treated with three different blended phosphate chemicals. Then we tested each one at two pH levels, pH 6 and pH 8. We also used the stagnation cycle because in real homes, water often sits in the pipes for several hours before someone turns on the tap. So instead of looking at just one sample, we tracked lead release over time. That helped us compare the treatment behave under different water chemistry conditions. Here the main thing you can see is that lead release depends on both pH and treatment type. At lower pH, around pH 6, lead concentrations were generally higher and more variable, especially in early experiments phase. At higher pH, around pH 8, the concentrations were lower and more stable. But another important point is that the three phosphate chemicals did not behave exactly the same. So the takeaway is not just pH matters. It's that pH matters, but the type of inhibitor also matters. Finally, why is this important? Because corrosion control is not just one size fits all. The same treatment may work under one water chemistry condition, but not as well under the other. And different phosphate blends can respond differently. So for drinking water systems, these strategies need to be selected and tested carefully based on the actual water chemistry. Overall, this work helps us better understand how pH and phosphate treatment type work together to control lead release. The next step is to test these treatments under more realistic system conditions. And the main message is simple here. To optimize corrosion control for lead, both pH and inhibitor type matter. Thank you.